Getting pulled over by the cops is scary, not just for you, also for the cops. My name is Josh. I'm an attorney licensed in multiple states, and as always, I'm not your lawyer, but I'm going to break down everything you need to do once you get pulled over to not get a ticket. The first key is your attitude. I like to think of cops that are pulling you over like stray dogs. They don't know if they trust you or not. They're not familiar with your scent. A lot of people they pull over have guns in the car or are hiding drugs. So cops start off stressed. You're gonna have a calm and firm attitude, calm and firm. And that's gonna help control the situation and put you in the best possible position. We're gonna start by breaking down every piece of how and where you park. Once you see the lights come on behind you, immediately put your turn signal on to indicate to the officer that you're cooperating. But don't just pull over to the side of the road immediately. You want to find the first safe place to park. If you just pull over on a busy highway and now there's cars flying by at 75, 80 miles per hour, guess what that cop's going to be? He's going to be stressed and agitated and on guard. You want to find a nice, safe place to pull over. And then once you pull over, you put your hazards on, indicating that you're stopping. Once you've parked the car, take the wheels and turn them all the way to the right if you're on the right side of the road. This is a very, very, very pro tip. This tells the cop, hey, I'm not going to be fleeing. I'm not going to be leaving the scene. And most likely I'm educated, either my dad or my uncle or someone in my family is law enforcement, that I know that by turning the wheels to the right, the officer now sees this guy has to turn the wheels back to the left to be able to escape. If you're on the left shoulder, point the wheels to the left. If you're on the right shoulder, point the wheels to the right. It's not right, but it's just a fact that cops treat other cops and cop family differently.
I don't know if that'll help at all.
What is it? He's
the colonel. He runs TPS.
Oh, well, pleasure to meet you.
Sorry to meet you under such circumstances.
Nope, not a problem.
In this video, a guy was pulled over for speeding, but you can clearly see once the cop realizes that the guy he pulled over is also a sheriff, he immediately just lets him go. Millions of views, tons of people outraged, and it happens every day. You can't lie and say that you're a cop. You can't lie and say that your family's a cop, but by being respectful, the subconscious is, wow, this guy's related to law enforcement in some way, and it's giving you the best possible chance. Next step is to put your window halfway down so that you can talk to the officer while also maintaining your position. Once you have the window halfway down, go ahead and turn off the car. Now the cop has seen you find a safe place to park. They've seen you turn your wheels to the right. They've seen you turn the car off. They feel as safe as they possibly could. This is someone who's complying and knows law enforcement protocol. Keep your hands on the steering wheel and visible and wait for the cop to approach you. Once you start talking to the officer, again, your attitude is everything. Try to have a pleasant face. Try not to be angry. Try to project that you respect the importance of their job. Even if you don't, it's going to be the best possible outcome for you. If they say, do you know why I pulled you over? Don't admit to anything. I'm not sure is a great answer. Live in the realm of I'm not sure, because you're not. Even if you were speeding, he could have pulled you over for expired tags. Always answer I'm not sure when you can. The next key is very nuanced. You don't have to allow searches. Obviously, how you respond to this is going to be very differently based on if you have something to hide or not. If you have drugs in the car, then obviously you're not going to consent to searches. If you have nothing to hide, you still might not want to consent to searches, because there have been times where cops planted evidence or drugs on innocent people. I would personally always go with, I would prefer not. Can I search your vehicle? I would prefer not. This is another pro tip. They need affirmative consent or probable cause to do a search. Some cops can say they smelled marijuana, and that's enough for probable cause. Other times they'll get the canine unit out and see if it indicates. But when you say, I'd prefer not to, you're allowing a cop to still search you without your consent and possibly fumble the bag. Sometimes cops break the rules, evidence gets thrown out. What you don't want to do is say, no, you can't search. You don't have the right to search. Because then a lot of times cops will just make up an excuse. I prefer not. This next key is big. You are allowed to record your interaction with the cop. I'm saying you are allowed. I'm not saying you should record. For most people watching this video, you're not hauling drugs in the back of your car. You're just trying not to get a traffic ticket. If you act Like a criminal with drugs in your trunk, your odds of getting the max penalty for a traffic ticket go way up. So if you were just speeding by 5 or 7 miles per hour, be polite, be cordial. Don't pull your phone out, start recording the cop, and be like, I'm recording you. If you mess up, I'm going to get you fired. Well, guess what? He's going to go by the book and give you a ticket if he can. If you start to feel threatened, if the cop is being aggressive, if they're talking about searching, now's the time to start recording for your safety. Don't jump to recording just because you can. You are allowed, but you don't have to. This key is big. Ask, but don't argue. Can I get off with a warning? Is a warning possible? I didn't know that. Thank you for telling me. Any way I can get a warning. Ask, but don't argue. You can't give me a ticket for 5 over. You can't give me a ticket because I was passing. You can't give me a ticket. You didn't even have the radar gun. Don't argue with a cop. Ask, be polite, be firm, be calm. Do not be confrontational. Remember, and again, this is focused on traffic stops. If you do want to fight it because people gave you an unfair ticket, the moment that you're with the cop is not the time. The time to fight it is in court. By taking your court date, sometimes the officers will not show up and you automatically win. Sometimes they show up, but they didn't file something procedurally and you still win. You should always consult with an attorney. Remember, this is an educational video and I'm literally not your lawyer. If you're gonna go to court, it's best that you talk to an attorney and weigh out your options in your local jurisdiction. But remember, if you're gonna fight it in court, sometimes you can lose and not only have to pay the full ticket, but also court costs. This video is the most comprehensive way for you to stay out of trouble with a traffic stop. If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe and check out our other ones. I break down street fights, Karens, evictions, and whatever else you want to throw in the comment section. Until next time, my name's Josh, and I'm not your lawyer.